been known in Jacksonville. We are consistently monitoring those groups. We have people that are always watching them. I won't speak to the chief's investigation. That's up to TPD. We don't have an investigation on him right now, but he can't move around in Jacksonville without us knowing about it. And that's for the betterment of our community.
The feds are now focusing on Ace for Julio Foolio death, further intensifying an already tense rap feud after Ace allegedly followed Lil Baby's lead when he formally closed ATK by imitating Lil Baby's move with 4PF. Ace posted an Instagram video with the same message, leaving supporters in shock. Uncertainty and surprise over whether this was the last mistake. Ace also posted on Twitter that Ace's top, or ATK, was gone and gone. It is commonly known that the street group Killers, located in Jacksonville, Florida, is associated with the controversial rapper Yungeen.
But that wasn't the line, you know what I mean? It wasn't the line if you're shedding a tear and
The organization has been involved in a protracted feud with the rival gang Kill Them All and has a close relationship with the local rap scene. Both sides have profited from this conflict, which has intensified and spread from the streets to disc records in the rap industry. It is referred to as the Jackson versus Rap War. Controversial songs and music videos that tackle the current disputes help Yungeen Ace and his music industry competitors gain more recognition. By garnering media and fan attention, Yungeen Ace and his opponents have kept the tension high.
Hey, on everything I love, bro. On the homies, bro, I put it on everything on my soul, on my kids. I'm the one that smacked Julio Foolio that night when he got at his birthday celebration, bro. You feel me? I ain't gonna show my face and give my identity away or nothing like that, but you know, I did that, you feel me? There was money on his head, you feel me? I rock with Ace and them boys, you feel me? ATK, you feel me? I be in Jacksonville heavy, you feel me? If you know, you know. But yeah, you feel me? I did that, you feel me? I handled that, cause, you know, Ace had that money on his head, you know, Ace had to put that 10K up, told me to slide, told me to cause you know he got tired of that running his mouth playing all the time, you feel me? So it had to be done.
In Jacksonville, ATK has been connected to instances that have fueled debates about its members' conduct. The legacy of Yungeen Ace remains a hot topic because, despite the fact that his operations have failed him numerous times, many people question whether this is an attempt to change his public image or get off the streets. Zero. Interviewer 2 and 51/3 Call 9, a public warning notification about Ace and his group was issued that authorities questioned Ace, a young AT rapper, shortly after the news of the recent Julio File incident leaked, despite the fact that it is extremely rare for a Jacksonville sheriff to call someone out by name. To make things worse, Jacksonville Sheriff TK Waters apparently issued additional directives that heightened emotions. Foolio's hits were reportedly recorded, which attracted even more attention and brought the drama that was developing into sharper focus.
Been known in Jacksonville. We are consistently monitoring those groups. We have people that are always watching them. I won't speak to the chief's investigation. That's up to TPD. We don't have an investigation on him right now, but he can't move around in Jacksonville without us knowing about it. And that's for the betterment of our community.
The rapper was reportedly arrested by police for interrogation, using his most recent tracks, Do It and Game Over, as justification. In relation to Foolio's death, this has both fans and critics questioning if this is Yungeen Ace's last moment. Even though Davin Shah Rashad and Alicia Isaiah have been arrested, authorities still think that Tiny Gene Ace is the mastermind behind it all.
It ain't no more. Talking about tripping. Everybody always got shit to say. When the time for the Lord to be paid, just be at. We got all this to say. Just be at though. We need to get buried. When the time to spend that money, what the be? We always got shit to say, but don't be on shit, man. Don't get no feet wet or nothing, man. Be talking, man. What's wrong with you, man? Don't talk like me. Don't talk, don't get a...
The dispute intensified after the federal authorities apparently got a tip from a leaked internet video that purported to show a rapper from Jacksonville admitting that Julio Foolio was singled out because young Ace allegedly offered $10,000 as a reward. Ace was unable to grow his business and have a steady flow of income as a result of authorities canceling all of his planned performances. Ace's situation, which is currently being called a case, is a lot like Lil Durk's. A life sentence for Ace, if convicted of murder for hire, would be a severe blow to one of Jacksonville's most well-known rap singers. Friends, hello, buddy, I slapped Julio Foolio when he got intoxicated during his birthday party. A masked person on a leaked video stated, "You know I did that, but I'm not going to reveal my face or identify myself. Are you feeling me? You sense me?" There was cash on his head. "I am amazing. I sacrificed my entire being for my children." After Ace, "You feel me?" with the guy's ATK. Ace, who was wearing a mask, continued to carry on. He was tired of Foolio running his mouth, so he put the 10K up and told me to slide. "I dealt with it since you know that I feel you." Bro, Yungeen, that's what it is. In the modern day, Ace's association with such a high-profile incident is not unusual. Police said social media was essential for tracking movements prior to the arrival of Foolio's ambush investigators. Discovered significant connections between positions, communications, and money. Trials that support the critique of AC's alleged involvement. Instead, Foolio's birthday weekend turned into a horrible event that will never be forgotten. Because of this accusation, Ace's scheduled performances were all canceled by authorities, shocking the hip-hop community and revealing a concerning pattern in the industry. It made it very difficult for Ace to grow his company and maintain a steady income. The problem worsened after the federal government received a tip from a leaked web video that purported to show a rapper from Jacksonville revealing that Julio Foolio was singled out because young Ace allegedly promised $10,000 as a reward. This charge has made Ace's situation, which is remarkably similar to Lil Durk's, what is now being called a murder. A conviction for hire would result in a life sentence for Ace, which would be a serious blow to one of Jacksonville's most well-known rap musicians. "Hi man, fingers in a leaked video," a masked figure declared. "I'm the one who smacked Julio Foolio that night when he got drunk at his birthday celebration, bro. I will not reveal my identity or reveal my face, but you are aware that I done it. Are you feeling me? You sense me?" There was money on his head. "I sacrificed my entire being for my children. I rock with Ace, and then I get sensed by the boys. I live in Jacksonville a lot, as you know." After Ace posted the 10K, he instructed me to slide because, just the way it is, Yungeen, bro, because you felt sorry for me. He took care of it after growing weary of Foolio oozing. According to the authorities, social media played a critical role in monitoring movements before Foolio's ambush. Detectives discovered significant links between posts, communications, and money trails, which strengthened the case against Ace's purported involvement in the affair. Ace's association with such a prominent case is not out of the ordinary in this world. After arriving at the club, Foolio made another error by sharing a tale from inside that showed his exact location. What should have been a joyous birthday weekend devolved into an unforgettable tragedy and rocked the hip-hop community once more, exposing a somber trend in the industry. Sadly, this tactic was just as risky as it was careless. These postings provided a thorough guide for anyone curious about me. I am in the upstairs lounge. Symbolically and deliberately scheduled their revenge for the 23rd of the month, but we'll discuss why in more detail later. Foolio and his entourage dispersed from the club and reassembled in the parking lot as his manager searched for a nearby lodging option. This allowed the operations ample time to assemble their personnel, coordinate a strategy, and thoroughly survey the region where Foolio was situated. The subsequent events would show how expensive such a move may be. Sources said the team unwound in the parking lot and that everything seemed to be under control when they arrived. It didn't last long though, because 3 automobiles sped by out of nowhere, packed with rivals. The major goal of the armed rivals who were pursuing Theo's group was to locate Theo and ensure that the plan was carried out without a hitch. This was followed by a prearranged act of retaliation that was timed to coincide with, due to Foolio's well-known diss song, When I See You, in which he made fun of Yungeen Ace for losing his brother. This day of the 23rd of the month held special meaning. As he continued to disparage me in the most heinous manner, Foolio mocked him in the song by taking him out to dinner on his birthday for number 3. Now, in the present, the roles have been switched. 4 people were eerily replicated in a terrible attack that the same rivals plotted on Foolio's birthday. Files quips mocking the young Jenny's misgivings about Yungeen Ace. This retaliation, which forced Yungeen Ace to address the matter in his most recent song, cemented the retaliation against Foolio by reciting his remarks in his music. Yungeen Ace's release of Do It, a diss track, immediately following Julio Foolio's tragic death, 6 hours later, further cemented the crew's retaliation. Targeted at Julio Theo, reigniting the long-running conflict. Concurrently, AC's right-hand man stirred up even more controversy by posting an old King Von tweet that said, "Game over, we won stupid." After months of inquiry, the police found something that completely changed the story. But the timing of the post only intensified the discussion and generated reactions from fans and the media. 1 month before his passing, Julio Theo stated in an interview, "A collaborative song between the opposing parties was planned in an attempt to bring peace and put an end to the bloodshed in Jacksonville." This realization infuriated many, who understood that the entire scenario could have been avoided had the peace initiative been adopted. Spectators and supporters were disappointed. While some viewed the tragedy of Charleston White as a tragic comedy of the never-ending cycle of violence in the rap industry, other rappers and celebrities swiftly voiced their opinions. According to him, everyone keeps asking me, "Well, what do you think?" He is well known for voicing his honest ideas. Citing Julio Theo's lifestyle choices that molded his legacy, he stated unequivocally that he would not reach heaven. Though they provoked controversy, Charleston's comments also represented the views of many others, including law enforcement. Foolio's passing was particularly significant since it elevated the already stressful situation that had resulted from the murder of Little Jane A's best friend, the A.T. Mitchell. The events that transpired after police stopped Julio Theo on the side of the road in April 2022 after observing him operating a Dodge Durango with unlawful window tinting stunned everyone. "I knew it would make you angry, so I didn't want to bring it up." With caution, the detective began. A more comprehensive picture of tragedy and retaliation was depicted by this link. "In order to talk about Lap and Mitch, I'm going to text someone briefly. What's the estimated time? Would it be stressful already?" In a short while, they want to know your knowledge of laps. Upon entering the vehicle, Theo quickly realized that this would not be a friendly discussion and was escorted to an interrogation. Evidently anxious, Foolio began to describe his relationship to Mitch, saying that he used to come to my mom's house and that I used to stay on the corner, and he would offer his assistance. After I gave a nod, the det introduced himself and inquired about my line of business. When the actual inquiry started, Foolio said, "I'm an artist, you know music," in response. "What are you hearing?" Mitch inquired. After carefully selecting his words, Foolio answered, "Not much." On Instagram, I noticed that everyone was talking about Mitch when I learned the news while I was in Miami. Although they lacked concrete proof, the investigators believed that Foolio was responsible for A.T. Mitch's death. As a result, they intended to catch him in the act of making a mistake when questioning him. "Okay," the investigator resumed. "I'm here because, since you don't have a buddy who recently died, Foolio, I'm in charge of your friend's case." Concealed a lot of friends. But until Mitch, the investigator, looked more closely, I couldn't tell how close you two were. Are you able to tell me more about your connection? How did you two end up together? When did you start being cool? Maintaining composure, I.O. responded vaguely and with little detail. The investigators began searching for any useful information because the interrogation was going nowhere. "Tell us if you hear anything," his mother urged. The investigator pushed for answers, but Foolio refused to provide any, stating, "My little brother, I don't know who did it. I ain't telling you anything." Despite the pressure, Foolio refrained from putting himself at fault, leaving detectives unhappy and unable to solve Mitch's case. I caught their words. I don't know what Theo said, trying to keep his cool under the extreme pressure of the interrogation. Although I was in Miami at the time, my younger brother Theo strongly denied any participation in 18 Mitch's death. Evidently annoyed by his reserved responses, the police started to speculate about how his music might have fueled the violent crime wave sweeping across Jacksonville. Do you think your music could have influenced someone or triggered something? Is the only investigative question you all answer. Do you think that every one of you answers it correctly? It was quickly stopped by Foolio. In response, "Man, this was the case before I began rapping. So you understand what I mean when I say that you can't simply hold my music responsible for such a thing." Head K. Mitch's family is still seeking answers about what happened to their loved one, and despite the detective's best efforts to persuade him to speak, Foolio refused to alter his account and denied any involvement in the killing. Foolio's silence frustrated the police and the community, despite the fact that many people think he knows the whole truth. Drew the attention of Charleston Light, a frank commentator who wasn't afraid to express his views. "Man, you're not deceiving anyone," which you know. In a rage-filled social media outburst, Charleston claimed that his frustration mirrored the pain of Mitch's family, who are in desperate need of justice, but it's also intensifying what might become a violent cycle as Yungeen's crew would feel justified in exacting retribution. This brings up a crucial question. Will the conflict continue, or will the truth ever be exposed? Getting out of control. In order to stay up to date on all the latest rap news, please remember to hit the notification bell, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. See you at the next one, and stay updated.